For the times in our lives where we do not like nor love ourselves, it's hard to overcome the barrier of the mind. But I stand here to remind you that you are fearfully and uniquely made by God Himself. And sometimes we have to remind ourselves how to love ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. Love others as we would love ourselves. And what would a slave tell another slave how to love themselves when it's at a moment of their time where they are in destitute? And I will quote from the movie Beloved, Mrs. Savy, over yonder, they don't love your hands. Oh, my people, they do not love your hands. They only use them, but tie, bind, and chop off and leave empty. Love your hands. Raise them up and kiss them. And the beat of your heart, love it more than the lungs that you need to breathe free air, more than the womb which holds life, more than the private parts that give life. Love your heart. This, this is the prize. Amen. Amen. This is the prize. And as we get closer to the feeling of freedom and happiness, we often wonder how others kept their sanity alone, let alone keep their happiness and dignity. And I can hear Chris Gardner in The Pursuit of Happiness say, it was right then and there that I started thinking about Thomas Jefferson and the Declaration of Independence and the part about the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And I remember thinking, how did he know how to put that part of how did he know how to put that pursuit part in there? That may be happiness is something that we can only pursue, and maybe we can actually never have it. That is the question. How did he know? And as I go on, I wonder, especially when life has us, have you discombobulated and turned amok, confused, and you don't know what to do but listen to a child's joke in order to make it clear that something is there by your side. The smile creates within us, makes us all clear as glass. Hey, Dad, you want to hear something funny? There was a man who was drowning, and a boat came. And the man on the boat said, do you need help? And the man said, God will save me. Then another man on another boat came by and he said, hey, man, do you need help? And he said, then he was about to drown. He said, well, God will save me. So the man drowned and he went to heaven. And then the man told God, God, why didn't you save me? And God said, I sent you two boats, you dummy. And with every phase of our life, we have a childhood, youthful living, and finally adulthood. This part of my life is called internship. Remember, we have all the right. We remember we have the right choice and the right to our own belief. We have ups and downs, and most of the time, the circle of life. What goes around comes around back again. Do we learn or do we keep going in circles? And as we've seen in once again certain um, with uncertainty of our lives, the important thing about Freedom Train is that it's got to climb mountains. We all have mountains to climb, you know. Mountains that go way up high and mountains that go deep and low. Yes, we know that mountains are here at Glide. We sing about them. And one of my favorite movies of all time holds low intellect and grammar, but great wisdom and faith, inspiring quotes, where your life's journey would embrace the simple things in color. And the color purple, when the two there, Shug and Celie, were in the field of purple flowers. And she said, you know, more than anything, God loved admiration. And Celie says to her, you mean God is vain? And Shug replies back, no, not vain, just wanting to share a good thing. I think it pisses God off when we don't notice the color of purple and we walk by it. And Celie says, you're just saying You saying it's just want to be loved like it says in the Bible? Shook said, yes, silly. Everything wants to be loved. Us sing and dance and holler, just wanting to be loved. Look at them trees. Notice how the trees do everything people do to get attention except walk. Even when you're not accepted, a higher power has kept you all through it all. Even when Celie held up her fingers and says, I'm poor, I'm black, and I may be ugly, but thank God I'm here. Thank God I'm here. Thank you. Sorry for the background distractions.